Hi, I'm Madame Pamita, and this is Madame Pamita's Parlor of Wonders. You can find me online at parlorofwonders.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to make a mojo bag, and that's something that a lot of people have asked me how to do. I have ingredients at my store on how to make them, and it's a rather complex thing. I teach classes on how to do it, but can't teach everybody all over the world. So we're going to show you how to do it here, and then you can do one on your own. So these are the things that you're going to need for a mojo bag. You're going to, of course, need the bag, a flannel bag of some kind. We'll talk about that in a second. You're going to need some kind of charm to sew on it. I've got a little heart charm here. Some needle and thread to sew it with. You'll need a paper for a petition paper and a pen or pencil to write with. You'll need some ingredients to put into that mojo bag, and in this case we're going to be doing a love mojo bag, and so I have rose petal and cinnamon and two little lodestones here. So you'll need those ingredients to put in your mojo bag, and some incense to smoke it, and some oil to feed it. In this case I have Lucky Mojo Come To Me oil. So we'll be doing a love mojo, but you can do a mojo bag really for any purpose, the protection, luck, money, prosperity, so on. But we're going to focus this one on love. You'll need some matches too, by the way, to light your incense, but I think you probably figured that out. All right, so here's how you start. The first thing that you need to do is to sew this is what we're going to end up with, by the way. This is the mojo bag we're going to end up with. First thing you're going to need to do, though, is pick out your flannel bag. It's very traditional to have a red flannel bag for any mojo, whether it's for love or money. That's the most traditional way to make a mojo bag, and you can really use red for any purpose. But in more recent times, people sometimes like to pick a color that's associated with the intention of their mojo bag. So you might pick, for example, a green one if you were going to do money or luck, or pink one if you were going to use it for friendship or reconciliation, and so on. So you may want to pick a colored mojo bag, but we are going to stick with a red mojo bag because that's the most traditional one and it's perfect for a loved one. So the first thing that we're going to do is sew our charm on the outside of the mojo bag. Get that mojo bag ready. So just take needle and thread and sew this little silver charm. I've got a sterling silver heart. I like using silver charms or charms made out of fancier metals if possible. I think it makes it a little more magical. So I'm just sewing that charm on, securing it. As you're doing this, as you're making one for yourself, if you're making a mojo bag for yourself, you may say with each stitch that you take some kind of intention or some kind of words about the love that you want to bring in. I want to bring in someone who is sweet and affectionate and generous and faithful, whatever words of the kind of love that you want to bring in. That's always a good thing to do as you make each stitch. Okay. You can even count the stitches if you want. Make a nice, you really want to get, I guess, picky about it. You could do like 3 stitches or 5 stitches, 7 stitches, some one of those magical numbers, those magical odd numbers, 3, 5, 7, 9, and so on. All right, so I'm tying a knot in the end. And you can either break it off or cut it off. I'm just going to break off the thread here. All right. So we've got our bag with our charm ready to go. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is to write the petition paper that I'm going to place in the bag. So in your petition paper, you can write what it is that you want. You can either write the kind of love that you want to bring in, describing that perfect relationship or that perfect partner. So you would write that petition. And you can write it free form, you can write it in poetry, list, however you want to do it. Okay, once you've written that petition paper, focusing on that love that you want to bring in, you want to fold it toward you because you want to bring that relationship to you. So you fold the paper toward you, and then you turn it clockwise. And then if you fold it toward you again. And if you want to fold it a third time, you can turn it clockwise and fold it a third time. You can leave it at 2, too. It's not like that. Fold it 4 times if you want. Then you're ready to put that as the first ingredient in your mojo bag, the petition paper. As you put it in, you can speak what it is that you want. For example, close your eyes and think about that love that you want to come in and say the words that you said on your petition paper. For example, bring me the love of my life, my soulmate, the one who is kind, loving, and true, one who adores me and whom I adore. You know, something like that. You can put that in. And then next you want to add some ingredients into a mojo bag. Now mojo bags traditionally have either botanicals, animal products, or shells and minerals, coins, magic, lucky charms, and things like that. That's what a mojo bag is. It's a little bag to carry these magical items all together. It can have one or more. Traditionally, it's with hoodoo, we use odd numbers. So it can be 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 13. But the really magical numbers tend to be 3, 7, 9, and 13. So we're going to make a simple 3-item, 3-ingredient one. And so the 3 ingredients that I'm going to be putting in are these 2 lodestones. And lodestones are naturally magnetic stones that you can see here. They have little iron filings that are attached to them. And because we're doing a love mojo, we're going to be putting in 2 lodestones representing you and your beloved, the 2 of you being together as a couple. So as you put each ingredient in, you're going to put lodestones. In this one, we're going to do lodestones, we're going to do rose petals, and we're going to do cinnamon. So as you put each ingredient in, you want to speak what it is that you want this ingredient to do for you. So as the lodestones, as I'm putting those in, you can speak something such as, bring my partner to me, my soulmate, my true love to me. And you speak that to the stones as you put them in. The next ingredient we're going to put in will be rose petals. And I've got beautiful, organic red rose petals. And so we can take a little pinch of those, or a little, few petals. And rose petals are for having a very sweet and affectionate, romantic sort of relationship. So as you speak and put those in, speak to your mojo bag and speak to the rose petals and say, may this love be sweet and heart-centered, loving, and affectionate. And then we're going to also add cinnamon to this mojo bag because cinnamon is used in love work to spice things up in a very sweet way. So to make things passionate and sexy, you don't want to have just a friendship, you want to have a romance, a real hot romance. So may this relationship be passionate, affectionate, fiery in all the best ways, and the love and chemistry between us be beautiful and ever-flowing. I'm just sort of extemporizing as I put these in. You're going to use your own words. So now we've got our ingredients in there. The next step is that we're going to breathe life into the mojo bag. That's a really important step. We want to make this mojo bag really feel and be alive. So the next step is you're going to take that mojo bag and open up the mouth of it, and you're going to breathe very gently into it. Your breath being a way of giving these ingredients life, making them come alive and do this work for you. So I like to focus, close my eyes and focus as I'm doing this, breathing very gently, because if there's powders in your mojo bag, if you breathe a big puff, they'll pop out in your face, and you don't want that. So you want to breathe very gently, but in a way that's really putting intention into the work that you're doing. So I'm going to focus. I'm going to breathe in. As I'm doing it, I'm visualizing giving energy and life to these things. You can do it more than once. You can do it several times. You do it until you feel like these things really have gotten the energy and intention and feel like they're vibrating and really feel like they're alive. So you can do it more than once. But breathe into the mojo bag to give it life. Now we want to tie off the mojo bag. And so what you do is you pull, there should be 2 little drawstrings on your little flannel bag, and you want to pull those nice and tight because you don't want the ingredients to fall out at any time. And then you're going to take those 2 strings and cross them over each other so that they make a tight seal, and then pull it around the other side. I like to tie 3 knots in the other side, nice number, I like the number 3, and tie it very tightly. 1, here's my second knot, 2, and 3. Even with this, you can be saying words as you tie each knot. Bring this love to me, bring my love to me, anything that you can say to speak that intention. So we have a nice, closed, tightly top. None of those little ingredients are going to fall out. You don't want your mojo bag, speaking of the ingredients, you don't want it to be too, something that's too big and bulky, because you're going to be wearing it. That's what we do with a mojo bag. You make this a talisman that you are going to wear or carry with you. So having it be flat and sort of not too bulky is what the ideal is. All right. So then the next thing we're going to do is feed the mojo bag. Feeding the mojo bag is something you do initially, and it's something that you're going to do certainly once in a while. Once every week is nice to feed your mojo bag. There's 2 ways you can feed a mojo bag. I'm going to show you both of them. The first way is to smoke it through incense. So we're going to light this incense, and in this case, I'm using a patchouli incense. I've got this nice patchouli incense here. The reason I'm using that is because patchouli is good for also making passionate relationships, and for things being very sensuous and very passionate, very loving. So we can use that patchouli incense and feed our mojo bag in this way. Smoking it. Now you can do that once a week, feeding it that way, cleansing it. Doing that is also very important as I talk about how to attend to a mojo bag. You will not let anyone see or touch your mojo bag. If someone sees it, you can feed it and revive it by smoking it through the incense, and also feeding it with oils, as we see here. If someone touches it, it kills the mojo bag, and it loses its power. So you can't let anyone touch it. You'll have to remake it, or have someone remake it for you if you're having someone do it. So the other way to feed a mojo bag is to put oil on it. In this case, I'm using Come To Me oil. It's made with real essential oils, real herbs, and botanicals that are supportive of bringing love into your life. So I'm using that Come To Me oil. And I'm going to put it on the bag in a 5-spot pattern. I'm going to put 1 spot in each corner of the bag, like that, like making sort of 4 corners there. And then 1 spot in the middle. It should be just like the number 5 on a die. So you put those 5 spots there. That's another way to feed it. You want to feed your mojo bag either by smoking it with incense or with oils once a week. Now, how do you care for your mojo bag? Once it's made, we have a finished mojo bag here. Once it's made, this is your personal talisman. You should wear it for the very first week, either in your bra if you're a female, or pinned to your could be pinned to your underwear, somewhere where it's touching your body and becoming part of you, and you're charging it with your energy. So for that very first week, and you can even sleep with it under your pillow, you know, if you can put it inside your pillowcase and sleep with it next to you, that's good. So you want to wear it for that first week. And from that point on, you can either wear it when you need it, or you can wear it when you feel, you can wear it all the time if you want, but you can also carry it in your purse or your bag, or carry it someplace close to you. You don't have to be wearing it next to you. The most important thing about a Mojo bag is that you don't want anyone to see or touch it, as I mentioned. If someone sees it, you just you need to feed it again, and you need to recharge it again. If someone touches it, the Mojo bag is dead, and there's nothing more that can be done. You can take off the little charm and reuse that, cleanse it and reuse it, take out the hard things like the lodestones and cleanse those and reuse those, but the herbs and the bag itself are done. So use your wonderful Mojo bag in good health for attracting the things that you want in your life, whether those things are love, money, protection, luck, and so on. My name is Madam Pamita. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You can find me online at parlorofwonders.com.